Snatam. This light is a little intense. Oh, that's a little bit better, I think. All right, so I have taken a little bit of a hiatus from doing these live videos, mainly because I had kind of all-day childcare for a while there when I was making my album, and now my kids are back, which is great. I love being around with my kids, around everywhere with my kids, but it doesn't leave me a ton of time, or, well, it does leave me a ton of time, I guess, to do the videos, but it doesn't give me a lot of quiet to do them. So one of them is napping right now, and Grandma is over, and so I am doing a video. So Snatam. So what I have on the horizon I wanted to share with you guys is exciting for me, because coming up I'm going to be doing a concert with my friend Chad Wilkins, who played so many of the amazing instrumentals on my last album. He played a ukulele, which most people think sounds more like a harp, and he did it layered, and so it was this like several different ukulele tracks harmonized, along with guitar and bass, and he even played organ actually for Ramadasa. So he's a super talented musician, and he comes through Phoenix fairly often. He's a very avid tourer, and this time he's coming solo, and I got to see him last time he was in Phoenix, and it was really sublime. I'd actually never been to a concert quite like his, because it was his own music, but he does it like a kirtan, where he has people chant along with some of the refrains, and they're very easy melodies and lyrics for people to catch on to, and it ends up being this heart-opening sing-along. I felt like I was meditating the whole time. So it was what I was used to, but in a completely different form, and I really appreciated that. So not only did I have the pleasure of him working on my album with me, but I got to see him live, and now I'm going to be doing a concert with him. So we're going to split it. He's going to do the first part, and I'm going to do the second part, but he's also going to play with me for the second part, which will be our little intro to playing live together, because he'll also be playing live with me at Bhakti Fest, which is the next month. And I think it's actually just like a couple weeks. Yeah, it's about a week and a half away from that event, or 2 weeks from that event. And I'll be in Joshua Tree again, and I'm really excited to be doing that again. I love Bhakti Fest. This year it's the 10th anniversary. Snatam, Linda, thanks for joining me. And Martha, hi. Yeah, say hi if you're here, because I can see Snatam. I can see like a little number, but I don't see who it is. So unless you write a comment. So yeah, please write a comment, and then I will shout you out. Snatam, heart, 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 Linda. So yeah, I'll be at Bhakti Fest for the 10th anniversary, and this is super special because it's Bhakti Fest's 10th anniversary. It's also my 10th anniversary for being at Bhakti Fest. I've been helping out with the festival since its beginning. I started as a volunteer, and then I became the producer's personal assistant for a short span, and the volunteer coordinator. And then as I grew my family, I stepped out of the production limelight, and he invited me to start performing. But my whole family, or not my whole, but a lot of my family has become staff for the festival. So my husband is the he's the sound he is the, what was it called, like the sound manager. He handles all the sound for the yoga halls and the workshop halls and the Hanuman stage. He does all the sound for the festival except for the main stage. So he coordinates all that, which is a big job. So we joke that he's not the father of our children during the festival, that he is just working there, and he has no claim to our family because we don't see him the whole time we're there. And then my sister-in-law is now, she took over my role as the work exchange coordinator, the volunteer coordinator, and then she quickly became an assistant producer. So I am heavily connected to the festival, and I really, really love going. I also, as an aside, I also have 3 discounted tickets that I'm selling for $225 or your best offer. That's each, not for all 3. And that pretty much just helps me pay for my musicians and stuff. And here we are. All right. Yes, I'm making a video. So I need you to ask me your question, or else just get out. I'm right up here. No, that's not nice. What is it?
Which one would you prefer? Going to Walmart right now or going tomorrow?
Let's talk about this later, okay?
Which one?
Well, I don't want to have this conversation right now because I'm making a video. Here.
One?
Neither for right now.
Neither. You have to pick one.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
One for now.
All right. Hi there again. So my son is obsessed with this little boy's YouTube channel. His name is Ryan, and I'm actually kind of obsessed with his marketing know-how. It's amazing. So I think my theory is that his mom is behind this. They have 3 or 4 separate YouTube channels, and each of them has like 1 million subscribers. Maybe 1 or 2 of them has 500,000, but it's big. And they've just started selling toys. Like, imagine making a YouTube video, right? And then becoming so big as you're making all these YouTube videos that you now have your own brand of toys. It's fantastic. So this little kid that he watches this kid play with toys, now has his own toys, and so he wants to go to Walmart to buy them. I love that my kid knows what Walmart is because of this kid's toy videos. Yeah. The world is an interesting place now. Anyway, so I can't remember what I was talking about. I was talking about Bhakti Fest, but yeah. So anyway, heavily involved with the festival, family ties connected to the festival, and I'm really excited about this festival. That Deepak Chopra is coming. I think that's super exciting. He's actually volunteering his time. He's not getting paid to come. And he's coming for the entire day on Saturday, and there's going to be panels, and he's going to be speaking about all sorts of yogic stuff to the whole festival. So I think that's super exciting. And of course, Krishna Das is going to be there, and MC Yogi, and Jayu Tal, and so many amazing musicians and yoga teachers. And I will be chanting for Kia Miller's class on Thursday at 11:30, and my kirtan is Friday, and then I'll be teaching my Reclaim Your Happiness workshop on Saturday. So I'm really excited about all of them. I'm super excited about playing for Kia's yoga class because I just really love playing for yoga classes. I almost like playing for yoga classes better than for a kirtan because I get to be a lot more loose with what I do. Sometimes I'll just make stuff up. Sometimes, a song will become totally different from what it has been because of the mood of the class. So I really, really love playing for yoga classes, and that should be a lot of fun. And also because I get to just play for a different crowd too. There are people who don't necessarily know who I am. They're coming for Kia, most of them. Some people know who I am. And so, yeah, it's a nice way to share music with people who haven't heard my music yet. And so, yeah. And then the other exciting thing that I'm doing in Linda, what a blessing it would be to be at your class. Oh, yes. Well, where do you live, Linda? One day. Do you live in the United States? But yeah, I will be then, my next thing is sort of a small thing. I'll be playing or singing a song with Snatam when she comes through Phoenix on October 20th. And so she's playing at the Orpheum in Phoenix, which is a big theater. New Hampshire. Okay. Oh, sweet. You live in the land of Ajit. Yeah, I haven't been to New Hampshire, but that could certainly be arranged. When I went through the East Coast just last month, I did a little mini, it was more like a family vacation, but I took my family and I did a bunch of workshops and one little concert for a hospital that my mom had been going to. And I went to Long Island, and they wanted to do a concert the next time that I was in town, and that seemed like a lot of fun. I definitely could figure out musicians for there, but I also have another idea, so I'm gonna meditate a little bit on my other idea, because my feelings about touring are I really want to make it as low maintenance as possible, have the least amount of people I need to bring and the most eclectic mix of, you know, sound that we can produce. So I'm kind of working on making it work for my lifestyle, because if I'm going to do it, then it needs to be something manageable, and then I can also get back to my family and stuff. So, but yeah, New Hampshire, I've actually never even been to New Hampshire. I would love to go. It sounds and looks, from the photos that I've seen, beautiful. So I'm lucky to go to class in Milford with Snatam and Soputtik. Oh, cool. Do they live, do Snatam and Soputtik live in New Hampshire still? I thought they had moved back to California, but perhaps they still live there. It's not real time answering here, so I have to kind of wait. But yeah, so I'm excited to sing with Snatam. That will be really fun. Snatam was how I came into this. Oh, cool. They live there still. That's neat. I remember her saying that it was really cold, that it was hard to get used to. I guess she's gotten used to it. I lived in the Northeast for 6 years, and I never got used to how cold it got. I never figured out how to dress well for it. I figured out that if I stayed indoors by a fire and drank tea, that I did pretty well. But going outside, man, it was just, whew, I feel so grateful to be in Phoenix. I would rather go out in our like hair dryer type heat. I mean, because you feel like you just opened an oven every time you go outside. I would rather do that for the months that we endure that than do the cold, I think. Even though my son wishes so much that he could go in the snow. He really, really, really wants to experience snow. So maybe I'll take him this winter and could figure out some concerts or something. I'll brainstorm. But yes, so October is Snatam. Linda, you get used to it. How long does it take to get used to it? I wonder. I'm sure I could get used to anything if I had to. But in a land of choices, I like the heat. So yeah, I will be doing the Snatam thing in October, which I'm really excited about. It's a small thing. I'm going to sing a song with her, but I'm excited that I get to, be there in sound check and just see her. I enjoy Snatam. Oh, but I was saying that the way that I got into Kundalini Yoga was through Snatam's music. I think a lot of us have had that experience because I've spoken to a lot of people who have a very similar story. In fact, I was talking with someone at Snatam Fest, was it last March or something? Snatam! I'm reading your name, Renee, and now it is, I of course know your spiritual name, but as I read your English name, it is not coming to me. Radharani. Snatam! Radharani is a beautiful musician, and I have had the esteemed pleasure of getting to sing with her at Bhakti Fest. It was really sweet. And you're recording a new album right now too, I saw, which I'm excited to hear. I really loved your first one. So yeah, I feel like this is the way I usually tell stories, with a ton of different divergent paths. And I was about to say how I got, oh yes, so I met this man at Snatam Fest who had told me that he came to Snatam Fest through Snatam's music. He was, a month ago, before this festival, like hardcore evangelical or something, Christian, you know, thought mantras were evil, and something happened and he felt like he needed to be at Snatam Fest. It was really sweet. I can't remember the exact story right now, but I mean, just the contrast between, you know, what he had come from and his willingness to, you know, to experience something so different. And everybody at Snatam Fest is wearing white and, you know, chanting and used to all these, you know, weird things that we do in Kundalini yoga. And I was really inspired that, you know, he would, especially because he was an older man, you know, be willing to try something out that was so new and different and kind of scary, you know. So I thought that was really cool. But so yeah, I'll be singing with Snatam October 20th at the Orpheum, and tickets for that are still available if you are interested in coming, which you should be, because it's going to be awesome. Linda, I was supposed to be at Snatam Fest East, but my son has been sick. Oh, is he doing better? It was a really nice Snatam Fest. I hadn't been in a couple years, and it was really, really sweet to be there. I got to go without my kids. My husband offered to watch them for the weekend, and it was just really great. I had such a nice time. I got to actually take some classes, and I got to be interviewed by my friend who is starting this project called In Our Own Words, I think. And it's just a collection, I think it's a podcast/video podcast that she's doing, that's just a collection of stories about people's spiritual journeys. And so I told my story of listening to Snatam, actually, and you know, coming into learning more about Kundalini yoga and Sikhism, and what listening to her music and being in that vibration for, you know, such a steady amount of time. I had been listening to it every day for months and months and months and months in my car, not knowing what it was. And then one day I came to the Golden Bridge in Hollywood, and I walked in, and they were playing the exact song that I had been listening to the whole time. And I thought to myself, oh, this is where this lives. This is the way the Golden Bridge for me looked and felt like the sound of that music. And I later got the amazing honor of working with Thomas Barkey, who created that soundscape, and he was the producer on the album Grace that I had been listening to. And so I got to record Dayal with him, which was a dream come true. And I'm excited to you know, walk into another one of my dreams, which is to sing with Snatam. So that'll be really cool. And then just a month later, or a little bit less than a month later, on November 11th, I have been invited by the Creative Living Fellowship here in Phoenix to perform for their 2 services on a Sunday. And that's really special to me too, because part of my spiritual journey when I first started was going to Agape in LA, which is a similar type of institution. I'm pretty sure that they both would call themselves, you know, New Thought, and that it feels so closely linked to what we know in, you know, in Kundalini yoga and in Sikhism. It just looks different, but it's so similar. The ideas are so similar and evolved. And to me, the New Thought is even like new. It's, you know, it's newer. It's sort of like the new wave of oneness philosophy, and creating your own reality and using your, you know, your thoughts, and yeah. tuning your mind to the frequency of where you want to go. So I will leave you with that. Linda, if you replied to my question, I'm not seeing it, but feel free to post in the comments because I would love to hear if your son is doing better. And thank you all for joining me for this impromptu update on what I'm up to. And if there's something that you'd like for me to talk about in another video, please let me know. Maybe I will be doing, maybe I'll do a song maybe I'll do a song in my next video. I will try to do that. Linda, what song will you sing with Snatam? He's better. Good. I'm not sure yet. She hasn't told me. She has a very big tour schedule, so I don't think she's come up with a set list for that concert quite yet. But she has said that she will let me know when she does. So I think that's all I got. So thanks for joining me, and I will do this again later. All right, bye. Have a good night.